Can you still get somebody pregnant, Jess?
Sometimes the jokes write themselves.
And now, Cheese Wits.
Hold on. I thought you were going to be not on time.
Well, I got done early, thankfully.
Fantastic. Hold on. Let me switch over. I just came in. Let me see if I can join it. Hold on. No, I don't want Xbox.
Now, how were you going to be recording starting right now if I hadn't made it?
Oh, I just sat down to do it. Well, I have to start at 4 if you're not here. I was going to start at 4:05 maybe. I'm having a... Hold on. I don't want to say it right now. Where's Jess? Who just called?
Oh, my God. What the fuck is she doing here?
Right?
Oh. And by the way, sorry I'm late. This is so fucking weird. I'm on a phone call, right? And
he's late.
I'm talking to somebody. We're just bullshit and stuff. And I said, okay, I got to go. I got to do my podcast in a minute. And they're like, okay. So I hang up, and that was about, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes ago. And I'm listening to the radio, and I'm like, okay, well, I know I got to go when, I hear, boom, da, 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 da. Okay. Apparently this car, which I did not know, pauses the radio as you're listening to it if you're on a phone call, and then goes back to where it was paused. So I look down and I'm like, God, why aren't they in the CBS News yet? What's so fucked up at WTOP? Why aren't they in the... Holy shit.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so that's... Sorry about that. Just
Okay,
a little bit late.
Also, can we talk about what a clusterfuck it was trying to reschedule this recording session?
Listen.
Yes,
I told you when I was
driving.
Okay.
What'd you say, Chris?
I said, I told you when I was available.
Yeah, you did.
I made it goddamn
I told
clear.
you when I was available.
Your availability was about as clear as murky water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wait, bring up my shit. I said I'm available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Not
After
until,
we already, but
listen,
then you tried to make it late and early and...
Let me explain how this went.
Seriously, I seriously thought we were going to be doing this on the 8th day of the week at 27 o'clock. Okay.
The problem was I was driving and I didn't know. So I lost track of who was
driving. I thought you were
what.
cleaning out your garage.
He was driving and cleaning out his garage. You've never done both?
I was driving at that point, but I lost track of who was saying what. And so when Jess, you were saying, "Oh, I'm not available," I said, Chris is not. Oh, okay, so let's do it at 4 or 5, whatever the hell I was saying.
Sorry, I can't talk to you. I was fucking a young Korean boy, and there was.
Wait, here's the other thing I screwed up. So at some point, one of you, I don't know which one of you, said, "Let's push it back an hour."
That's how. Listen.
Well, now pushing it back to me meant 3 o'clock, not 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and I was thinking, 5 o'clock.
We can do 5 o'clock. Wally thought, but I couldn't do 5.
All right, well, I'm going to hang up. I'll come back at 5.
The conversation, wait a minute, hold on. I said, I have a thing on Wednesday that might make me late. Can we push it back an hour? Or can we go later? Or can we do it? If we can't do that, can we do it on these other days? Tuesday, I think I said Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Chris immediately says, I can't go later on Wednesday. I can do Tuesday. Wally's like, well, I have all of these other things going on Wednesday, but I can move some stuff around. And I said,
right.
Did you mean Tuesday? Because by then we've established Wednesday's not going to work. And then Wally says,
established shit.
I thought you said we had to go later on Wednesday.
Shit. Thank you. So
what was established? Nothing was established in the great state of Maine.
Right.
Nothing.
Okay.
And here's the other thing. Jess, you have never said, you have not in a year and a half or a year plus have ever said, I'm not available. So I immediately assumed Chris wasn't available. So everything I was responding to, I'd see what you would write. Then I'd look at, okay, Jess is available. Then,
but God, Chris blaming it on the fat guy. Okay, no, I see what's happening here.
No, it was definitely my fault.
Happening here.
I wasn't reading everything. I was just assuming oh, Chris is not available again. He's going to be on the road.
Oh, God almighty, man. No,
My
this
head
was not
was.
my fault. And I mean, are you all even a legal state up there? What the fuck, man?
Oh, well, there are parts of it that are whatever unincorporated.
I bet the fuck they are.
I thought my head was going to explode.
No, I didn't, because I was cleaning the garage, and that's why I hadn't seen any of your text messages. But when I saw your text messages, I had gotten into the car to drive, and that's where my phone was, because I just don't fucking carry my phone almost ever, except for when I'm in the car. I will bring it.
Wally, when we need to get a hold of you, that is paramount.
You do better with smoke signals.
Yeah, well, apparently, because a smoke signal would have told you fucking 5 o'clock or another day. Okay, the smoke signal would have been pretty goddamn clear.
And I'm looking at the thing. Jess is, of course, in Jess form. Not even rare form, just regular Jess yelling at me.
This is just Jess form, yeah.
Listen,
Right.
I
Just
started
Jess
out not yelling, but you kept fucking coming back to Wednesday.
Yeah,
You kept
because
coming back to Wednesday, and fucking Jess is over there on Jess Standard Time, whatever the fuck that is, trying to get this thing all together.
So,
Like, what part of Chris can't do it later on Wednesday are you not getting?
And why would I refer to myself in the first fucking person, Wally?
well, you're not the smartest one of the three of us. I might be the slowest.
Wait, does
But, you
that make
know.
me the smartest one?
I don't know what it makes
Well,
you.
that's my yes.
I don't even.
Yes, you are the
between
smartest one of us.
But between the three of us, I'm not even sure you're the one with the biggest tits, Jess. So it's.
No, biggest dick. Biggest dick.
Oh, there it is. I'm sorry, I mispronounced it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What day was it? Anyways, I'm driving 5:30 in the morning. I have to tell you the fucked up car. And I get the little thing that says, you have low tire pressure.
Oh, Christ.
And I'm not feeling anything. And all of a sudden, I look and it pops up. You're at 30 pounds. You're at 8 pounds. You're at 7 pounds.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck? Now, not a huge problem, because I'm like, oh, there's a gas / taco stand right there. So let me go in there and fill it up, I go in to fill it up, and you got to swipe your card, and blah. It's not working. Okay, well, there's one across the street. Let me go to that one. I go to the one across the street. They have two hoses. The first one I see, the hose has been ripped out of it. It's no good.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have around the corner near their car wash, free air. So I go over to that one. I go to pump it up. There is about 4 pounds of duct tape around the gauge.
Oh, that should work
air
fine.
is just spewing at it. No air going into my tire. I'm like, fuck. I squeeze it. I put a little more duct tape on it because I have some. I get 10 pounds of air in. I go down the road. Third one I get to, not working. Finally, I get to the fourth one, works. Put air in it. Go to the dealership to get new tires. By the way, $1,800 because I also got a set of brakes for the back. 4 tires. I leave the tire place after paying $1,800 and say, what the fuck is wrong with my car? I feel like I'm just floating back and forth on the road, floating. Very dangerously. The car will not stay in the lane. I look, and finally the tire pressure thing resets and shows the tire pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Instead of at 32 pounds, I'm at 55 pounds.
Oh, that's fun.
Fuck.
I've done that before.
58 pounds and 41. And this is so dangerous. I go back to I call them and I say, what the fuck? Dudes, come on. And I was suspect of the guy who was fixing my car. When I was in there and he was putting the brake pads on, I asked them, because you can watch the window, I said, is he a new guy? And they're like, oh, no, he's been with the company quite some time. Because I was watching him trying to take some bolts off, and, you have to break the seal of the bolt. And he's going the wrong way with the wrench. He's
Jesus
tightening
Christ.
them instead of breaking
No, he's
the
not
seal.
new. He's drunk.
Oh, he's fucking. So anyways, I did get a free oil change out of the overinflation. which is worth $90.
Yeah, that's something. But
You know, that's
what-
something.
could you should, I think, I carry one of those air things in my car that plugs
I have
into
one.
the lighter, and so I don't have to go to a gas station to air up a tire.
Yeah. I used to have one, and I do have one in a box, and the box I had taken out of my car because I was bringing shit to the dump.
Mhm.
But I have like an emergency box. I have that and some oil and whatever.
I was going to say, I was actually surprised that you wouldn't have something like that.
Yeah, I do. I have a box of sundries,
Hmm.
auto sundries. But so what I wanted really is I said, I need to contact Jess so I can have her help me write a terse letter. And I don't know why. There's so many times in life, you and Chris come to mind for certain reasons.
Hmm.
And when it comes to terse letter writing, it's you.
I got you.
When it comes to almost not making it to the bathroom because I don't want to use, it's Chris that comes to mind. When it comes to the near pants shitting routine, Chris comes to mind.
Hmm. Hmm.
What?
Or when it comes to, I did tell you did I tell you I had fast food the other day?
Wasn't that when you had the almost shitting in your pants
Yes. Yeah.
experience?
Did you know Chris, you buy fast food more than Jess or I do.
I'm probably much more than the population of Auburn, Maine, but go ahead.
It is so fucking expensive.
Oh, yeah. Well, not even that. I mean, even everything is fucking expensive now. We went to, where did we go last night? Ruby Tuesday. Okay. She got a steak and cheese. I got a, just chicken tenders. And it was with the salad bar. It was $62.
Shut the front
Yeah,
door.
I've noticed there's a Ruby's right around the corner from me. And for a while, every once in a while, I would order a salad for delivery. And it would be, I don't know, $12, $13, which is about what restaurant salads cost these days.
Yeah. These days.
Now, I don't do that anymore because now their salads, which they have fewer offerings of, are $21. That's
What the
before you
fuck?
pay the delivery fee, this fee, that fee, the driver tip,
Yeah.
all of those things, $21, which means I would be paying like $30 to get some lettuce.
You're at a $35. You're better to do the Instacart or whatever
Mm-hmm.
and get the Bag-O salad with a box of croutons
Yeah.
and call it a meal. Hey, do you see the possible grocery store merger that the Federal Trade Commission, I think, is trying to block it?
Yeah.
What, the Hannaford Kroger routine?
No,
Or not Hannaford, the Safeway Kroger?
Albertsons.
Yeah, Kroger and Albertsons and whatever comes under the Albertsons and Kroger. I mean, that's almost all the grocery stores, right?
Mhm.
Basically, yeah.
That's fucking that would be fucking heinous.
I mean, you'll still have the Piggly Wiggly, won't you?
Yeah. And because we have Publix, Kroger still has to keep their prices low here. Because Publix is fucking expensive. That's the other thing. I was looking at Publix. Now, I was looking via Instacart, so the prices were a little bit higher on the Instacart site anyway. But even Instacart Publix versus Instacart Kroger, a bag of Doritos at Publix was $9.
Suck my dick.
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
How much was it? What?
$9.
Wow.
But then they marked it on sale down to $6.50, and I was like, you can still
Well, God bless
fuck
their
off.
pointed little dicks. Good God.
Holy shit! In downtown LA?
Publix is expensive.
And you wonder why people fucking steal shit. Because they can't afford their Doritos.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I was in the Walmart and had to buy a new thing to hold your phone in the car. The whatever they call the little fucking thing that holds.
Yeah, the old man device, right.
Phone holder?
with the phone holder with the gel thing, but I wanted just the gel thing.
You know, the new Gale.
Uh-huh.
The $3 gel thing, the $3 little gel sticky. It's behind glass now, locked up. You have to wait for some fucking goofball to come over after he's done fucking opening all the cases for PlayStation for all the youngsters.
Hey, they also lock up the Prel now too.
They do in some places, right?
Oh,
Like
I know. Dude, I went to the Target in Times Square. Holy shit.
all locked up.
Everything was locked up. It was locked up tighter than Fort fucking Dix.
You know, maybe what
And
they
look,
ought
Wally,
to do.
Wally knows a thing about a dick, so you know.
Well, I know about a guy named Fort and Dick. Listen, what they ought to do. So here's what we need to invent, you guys. A way that when you go to the grocery, if you need to get the Prel, you just stick in your card, and it pops it out just like a vending machine. The whole fucking store is just one big vending machine. Just a giant fucking vending.
So then you've got 23 charges within a 10-minute period on your card, and your bank's going, excuse me, hi, something weird is happening. Yeah.
They'll adjust. Something's weird happening. I'm fucking shopping.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm shopping in the fucking battle zone.
So it's state fair season across the country.
As here as well.
And I would just like to share with you.
I hate state fair.
A thing that's happening at the Tennessee State Fair in Lebanon, Tennessee, right down the road from Nashville.
Trump lookalike.
Probably, but no, this is something different. This is a contest that I will not be participating in ever. This is a husband calling contest.
Come on.
Would you like to hear some of the entries in the husband calling contest?
Absolutely.
Asshole.
You're not you're not far off. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Come on. Come on.
Now, if your wives called to you that way, I'm assuming you would
I know I married the wrong woman.
On the rare occasion Julie would fuck, that's what she sounded like. Especially the first one.
Well, apparently you did a good job.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think she was telling me to get done.
My wife has never, ever yelled at me in any sort of way like that to call me from anywhere. My wife would, like, if I was out in the back field, like I heard someone there go, come in from the field, Henry, come in from the field.
Yeah.
My wife would jump on the four-wheeler, drive out and say, hey, lunch is ready. You want to come in?
She obviously can't call you on the phone.
No, I don't have my phone with me out working in the fucking field.
Yeah, because that would be crazy. If there was an emergency, you just want to shout until someone notices you're out there.
Yeah, well, what flavor ice is that, Jess?
Strawberry lemonade.
Oh, I like the citrus.
Was that from your country music show?
It was not from my country music show.
Oh.
And so what was it you were doing that you were possibly going to be late for?
So today we're celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the weekly country countdown that I host. Okay. I have been employed and tolerated in the same job for more than 10 years. I don't mean to brag. And
well, that's because you don't have a place to go into, right?
Probably,
it's remote.
Probably, because I'm here at my house. They only deal with me on the internet. And so I launched this countdown actually before I was even a full-time employee at this company. And it was in 2014 in August. And so we did a live stream instead of just having the countdown on our regular audio service. We did a live stream with a chat room and video and interviews and flashbacks and stuff.
Wow, a big to do. Well, congratulations on 10 years of being tolerated.
Thank you.
And of doing a good job too.
Thank you. And the live stream turned out really great. And we did a bonus station, and I talked to all of these listeners on the phone, which we don't do that in my current industry. We don't have a request line. So I found these listeners on my social media and said, hey, will you talk to me on the phone about why you like the countdown? And so they gave me some great sound bites to put on this bonus station, and sounds really great.
it's almost like you worked in actual radio at one point in your life.
Right?
Like, that sounds like show prep.
As a matter of fact, one of the listeners who talked to me listens to our podcast. And he said, I like when you guys talk about the radio stuff. And I was like, and you're not offended by the fact that I talk the way I talk on the podcast, which is way different than when I talk on the job? And he said, we were warned. Yes, you were.
So that being said, just saying that right there, that's a guy who realizes that you are a whole person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. You are whole. That little snippets of you are just this is you at this place. This is you at this. It's different.
It's all the real me. It's just different.
Could you combine them both though?
What's that?
Could you combine them both?
I mean, I could do what I do here, but I can't do what I do there.
Ah, and there's the new one from Kenny Chesney. Boy, he's got a cock on him, doesn't he? I'm just right.
Yeah. Like there she is, and there's her clitoris juice all over the place.
That cunt.
That cunt is fantastic. By the way, I so wanted to write something in a post the other day on the Facebook, and I really wanted to use the word cunt and realize that people would be so offended by that in that open forum.
But it's your page. If you want to use the word cunt, you can.
Yeah, it is my page, but I don't want to be fucking harassed by cunts.
Unfriend them. Don't let them comment on your shit. Block their harassing asses.
Yeah. Well, I
tell them don't be a cunt.
That's what I'm going to say.
That's all you got to do.
What?
That's all you got to do. I mean, when Jess was getting on her page about, her stance on abortion, she actually put my cunt, my rights. So I think you could, if you wanted to.
Scrappy the cunt. It's my Scrappy the cunt. Yeah, no, because I think that we, the three of us for the most part, those are just words that are part of our gigantic lexicon of words. Because Lord knows we have a huge lexicon of words. We use about 30 words. That's all every show. What's the matter, Jess?
Nothing.
What are you, shedding?
Yeah, I'm shedding. It's fine. Everything's fine.
But for me, those words are just sort of words. And because I watch a lot of English television or programming, it's so part of that which I have absorbed. What happened to Chris?
I'm back.
Okay. I've absorbed that into my just regular vernacular because of the English programming I watch. If I watched, I don't know, something else, it would be something else, I guess. I don't know. That's sort of something. I was thinking, Chris, did you at all think about Jess not being here, how you and I would get on?
No, because I knew she'd never let it happen.
You know what? That's what I was thinking too. I said, "There's not a chance in hell she's going to let Chris and I go more than 3 minutes."
She's not going to let this happen. She's going. I'll pop in when I can. Well, she could and she did.
Well,
no.
The thing is,
Jess initiated the call. I wasn't even ready.
The thing is, the live stream show. When I was making this plan, I didn't know exactly how long it was going to run, but I did know that it was going to run twice. So it started at noon. It was potentially going to keep me past 3:00. It didn't. I was done by about 1:30 with the first run of it. And then the second run, there were people listening, but they weren't participating in the chat like in the first run. So I didn't have to babysit it.
So it all worked out. So I came home early because I had to have it's been a week for me with cars. I had to have a new windshield put in today.
Same car?
Yeah, same car.
Same car. God damn it, Wally. This goddamn car.
Isn't it magnificent though that they fucking drive right to your house and put it in? You don't got to go sit somewhere and drink fucking cold coffee.
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace. You know.
And so I didn't use the Safe Flight because on the Volvo, when I had the windshield replaced, it took them 3 times to replace the single windshield. The first time they put the wrong windshield in and it fit wrong. The second time they put a windshield in and they didn't adhere it correctly and it leaked. And finally on the third time they got it right. So I try to avoid Safe Light. So I got them, but I got to tell you, the insurance, I caught it just in time too. So it used to be when you get insurance, and I don't know what you guys have, but I have Liberty Mutual, and you get the comprehensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. I get the comprehensive, and then there's, you can buy extra. Oh, do you also want to buy glass replacement? Do you want to buy car rental reimbursement? Well, they've now rolled that all into the comprehensive. So my comprehensive, I used to have like $1,000 deductible. And then I'd buy the glass, and the glass would cost, $2 a month or some shit. And I'd get $100 deductible on glass, and then this and that. Well, they've rolled it all in, so you don't have the choice. But they still ask you, oh, you want the glass replacement and this? And, oh, yeah. Okay, now in the comprehensive, what do you want for a deductible? $1,000. $1,000 deductible, they roll the glass in. That means if you need a new windshield, it's $1,000 deductible before they pay for it. A windshield
that's weird.
$600.
I've never had a deductible before. I've never had a deductible for a comprehensive ever.
Yeah, I didn't have to pay anything deductible or anything. This is what you guys told me when I was like, I didn't want to call the insurance company and pay for the thing. You guys told me it was covered in my comprehensive. Wally doesn't have his phone on him when we need to talk to him.
Jesus Christ. Of course not. Of course not.
Oh, because I had to Venmo the windshield guy, so I brought it in. I just Venmo.
Oh my Lord!
But it didn't cost me a single penny when I got my windshield replaced.
Oh no, it cost me $250 because I have a $250 deductible.
I thought you said 1,000.
Well, I had $1,000. That's what the point of my story was. I had $1,000 deductible, and the insurance just renewed, and I was looking at it and saying, "Oh, wait a second, they rolled the glass in here. I need to change that." So I changed it to $250.
Oh.
And so then I did have to pay a $250 deductible.
But I didn't have to pay a deductible for my windshield at all.
Yeah, I used to have that, but no more. I think that for whatever reason, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, by the way, I don't know if you remember me saying that I had to call a few months ago. I called my insurance, like, why has my car insurance gone up a couple of times now? And they were like, that's just what it is now. Everything's more expensive to fix. It's just going to cost more.
Same thing Geico said to me.
Yeah.
Same exact thing. Geico is like, I'm like, why am I paying $186 every month?
Yeah.
Well, that's just inflation. No fault of your own. I'm like, fuck you.
That's exactly what they said to me. Although mine didn't go up. Mine was, I think it was 80 when I started, and it went up to like 120.
Oh.
Over, like, it went up a little bit, and then it went up again to 120. And that's when I called them, and I was like, what the hell, bro? Like, fix it. And they were like, oh, that's just what it is now. It's gone back down. It's gone down. It went, not a lot, not to the original amount. It's gone down to like 112, but still, I never expected.
Is that because you use that little thingy majig?
No, that actually knocked it down last month to $87.
Nice.
But what? Do you have the progressive thing?
It's Allstate. I have the safe ride, whatever it's called. Drive wise. I don't know. It's a thing. It's on my phone. It detects when I'm driving. And if I don't speed and I don't hard brake, then I get money back.
Yeah.
So,
I would
but
absolutely.
It went down on its own without me having to say anything. And I never expected that to happen. I think I even said when I was complaining about it going up, it's not like it's going to come back down when things get cheaper to fix, but it has.
Well, I'm sort of impressed by that.
Yeah, me too.
You're impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
I'm impressed, Chris.
And to think I just signed up with them because of the guy in the commercials, the Mayhem guy.
Oh, that's a good set of commercials. The
Right?
Mayhem guy. Yeah, that's a very.
I
good
like
set of
him.
commercials.
He was on Oz.
Yeah, he's been on SVU.
Law and Order too. Yeah.
Yep.
He's one of the cops, right?
Yeah.
So your person, the listener who mentioned that the likes when we talk about radio stuff. I have a radio thing I just wanted to talk about real quick.
Okay.
It's just a this morning event. I'm driving the main thoroughfare, Route 4, is where all the traffic goes between the cities, and it's shut down. And don't you know, there is a radio station that's maybe 2 miles from where, no, not even 2. That's fucking ridiculous. A half mile from where the road was shut down, from where it was traffic was stopped. The fucking traffic was just fucking backed up, and they try to reroute it on the little back residential streets, and it's just fucking nuts. So I tune into the radio station. Do you think they had a fucking anything on that? No. Because
they didn't know when they voice tracked it last week that was going to happen.
You got it right. It was all voice tracked. There was nothing on there. So I go to the station. I know that it's live. Nothing on. No wonder fucking people don't listen to radio.
I mean,
hey, it's a bright, sunshiny day. Everything's fine on Route 4 for your commute.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're going to hear.
Is there anyone left still working on the air at radio? iHeart just did another round of cuts. Didn't Odyssey as well?
These guys are just reckless fucks. And it's just, it angers me so much, only because I went to school for this. That's where, Jess, you have a degree in journalism.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I don't know what your degree is in.
Cocksuckery.
Okay, ass licking.
Job well done.
He's excelling. And I have a degree in broadcasting and communications. And we've all worked in it 30 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been there. It's fucking so aggravating to see this shit.
Yeah.
That's entrusted to the fucking. They're given these airwaves for the most part for free to use.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get a license and blah. But the monetary gain is fucking so much larger.
But we spent our whole careers figuring out how to broadcast in the public interest because it was required of us to do so.
Yes. And
they don't have to. I guess that's not a rule anymore.
It crushes me that they don't do that shit. The public interest is not there, and all of the fucking stations from all of these little towns around here that they've got a little fucking AM station or a 3,000 watt FM station licensed to this little 3-town, 4-town group. They're all fucking consolidated, and they're all in fucking Portland, or they're all in the biggest monetary city where the advertising dollars are, and they don't serve any of these fucking and. The FCC, the toothless bitch that it is, just sits back and, well, let it go, and let's fucking fire all these motherfuckers, and let's lay off all these fuckers, and let's just fucking put on an 8-track cassette and let it go.
Can I tell a little secret?
Yeah.
Okay, so I own a radio station. Everybody knows this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I can't afford a news staff or a public service staff or any of that shit. So there's a show that a national syndicator does that works as your public service programming. It's called Radio Health Journal and Viewpoints. It's a 1-hour show.
Yeah.
And you download it from the website. You put it on Sunday mornings if the automation remembers to pick it up. And then for your public file, you say, in the interest of serving the public, we have ascertained that the public is concerned about the following issues. Blah, blah. It's all copy and paste from their website. Every fucking bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm with it. But okay, so I'm going to defend you here, Chris, and defend what you're talking about, because I know that I'm shitting on that particular sort of way of doing things. We did the same thing at our stations. The only good thing about the public file is that that when they change it to, you can go on to the FCC. Fuck, Chris laughed.
See, you've already offended
I'm
him.
going to wait a second. But Chris probably knows this. And Jess, you may or may not. I don't know if this was instituted while you were still working in terrestrial. You go to the FCC website, and you can.
There he is.
You go to the FCC website, and you can put in all your public file information. It is just like Chris said, copy and paste, copy and paste.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep all kinds of fucking papers in a file, although lots of stations still do.
I had,
And there's a lot of people that don't upload their file.
No,
No,
I
they do
never
not.
did that.
Just say,
I
"Fuck it."
had limited responsibilities in terms of, even as the program director, I would like write a list of all the things we did. And I think the receptionist at the front desk updated the public file.
Well, let me tell. So the last station that I took over as an ops, I had to do it for 3 years of shit that had not gotten done. There was a lot of fudging.
Between that and those fucking affidavits that, you know, these spots
Westwood one and this and that.
Yes, that you have to.
I can't remember the last time I filled out a fucking affidavit.
When you,
right?
For people who don't work in radio, for a person who's listening who doesn't work in radio,
For the one.
we had to fill out these affidavits saying that the spots that ran in the syndicated programming that we run overnight when we're all sleeping all ran as scheduled.
At 8 a.m.
And
Supposedly.
I don't know a single person who could ever tell you for sure whether those spots ran, but every single one of us signed the form saying, of course they ran.
Because back in the day before it was on computer and on a hard drive, it would be on a cart and it just rotated. You'd put 10 commercials on the cart and just pop it in. Yep. Play cart number 84A. Boom. And all the commercials were on that. So my defense of Chris is this, or of not of Chris, but of that process that Chris spoke of, is that it is the fault of all of these other cocksuckers, the iHearts and the Cumuluses and the down there. It's the fault of those dollar a holler companies that a small station can't afford to have a staff, because those fucks have bastardized the media and the medium, I guess, so much, and have taken so much out of it and put so little back into it, and have consolidated so much of it that you cannot afford to do this shit anymore.
Right.
Because when you used to be able to get $20 for a 30-second spot, well, they fucking give you 5 stations for $8 because they suck so bad and they've killed the rating so bad, nobody listens to it.
But it's also their fault that nobody has the time to do it correctly in the first place, because you can't have a public service director. You can't have, you have maybe 2 people on an air staff. One of them's the PD, one of them's the production director. They also do the website, the public file, the promotions, some of them are doing sales. Who has time to do the job correctly?
My first paid gig, 1981. My very first, 1982, sorry. My very first paid gig, 1,000 watt AM, dawn to dusk, or dawn to 11 p.m., whatever time it was. Yeah, 11 p.m. I guess we had to go off. We had a copywriter.
Yeah, I was a copywriter,
a traffic
in
person,
Wichita.
a continuity person, a general manager, a sales manager, 5 salespeople, 5 live jocks that were full-time, 3 or 4 part-timers, a full-time engineer.
Yeah.
Like,
when I was
fuck?
in Wichita in 90. No, I guess it was 2000.
That's a 5-station staff.
I was in Wichita in 2001, from 2001 to 2004. We had 6 stations in the building. Every station but one was fully staffed. We had 2 production directors. One would handle all the production for these 3 stations. One would handle for the other 3 stations. We had 3 copywriters on staff. I was one of those.
Ooh.
And the copywriters also were on the air. I was on the air. I was a swing jock between 5 of the 6 stations, and the only reason I wasn't on the 6th is because I don't speak Spanish. And I mean, we had engineers. We had a full staff of every single person you could think of that could have a job at a radio station. We had them all.
In Syracuse, we had a promotions director and an assistant promotions director.
Yeah.
Wait, are you fucking? And
we had that in Wichita too.
In Syracuse, we had a full-time in the building engineer. He was in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Every Monday through Friday, he was there.
In
I nearly took a reading.
In Wilkes-Barre, we had a chief engineer and then a team of, it was 5 or 6 guys who were on the engineering team who could fix most of the stuff in the building and who would, this was the only station I've ever had where this happened. The engineering guys drove the van to remotes, set up the remote, would hand me a microphone when it was time to do my break. All I had to do was show up, look pretty, schmooze with the fans. That's it.
An
I
easy
could do
job
2 of
for
those
you.
3 things.
An easy job.
Easy job. Yeah.
The looking pretty part. An easy thing to do. Good for you. I didn't want to say something disparaging there.
Uh-huh.
Although I know, had I said all I had to do was look handsome, you both would have cut me off at the knees.
Well, I just rolled my eyes when you said the look pretty
Yes,
part.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I know. But so that's my defense of what Chris is forced to do. I'm sure, Chris, that if it was different, you'd want to employ as many people as you possibly could and still make a profit.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You'd want to have, but you fucking just can't. You cannot give the people what they deserve. There's too many fucking radio stations. There's too many signals. In Portland, Maine, I think there's probably 20 signals that come out of that fucking market. There's at least 20, and then there's the outside stations that are licensed to the surrounding areas. There's got to be. You don't need fucking 20. They all do nothing. Do you need 20 fucking radio stations to serve 250,000 people? No, you fucking don't. And I was thinking, so I worked at a couple of full service stations, and I know the people that our listener is not going to know what a full service station was: news, weather,
the ag
events.
report.
Yeah, you did all. I fucking love an ag report, but you did all.
We have talked about full service because the station in Wichita, the main station in Wichita that I was at, is the one that had the mobile unit weather team that would go out all over the area when we had severe weather.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But I want to fucking work at a full service. I mean, I loved working at a full service AM station. Even I loved working at a full service station because I felt like
so did I.
I really feel like it was, I felt good about what I was producing and what I was giving and fucking the people in the community were happy and appreciative of what you were giving them.
Yeah.
When I was in North Carolina back, Christ, how long is that now? 20 years almost. We had an AM station that was totally rudderless. Okay. It was doing, what's it called? Conservative talk. All right. So you got your Rush, and back then it was that Neil Bortz guy and so many others.
Yeah.
And the morning show was syndicated. And I'm like, fuck this. So we put on a local morning show, still had to deal with the conservative shit all day because it was Cumulus, and that's just what you did. So the morning show was local, and I even went in on the weekends when there would have been a replay of the best of Neil Bortz, which I got to assure you was like a 12-minute show at best.
Oh, yeah.
And
you're right.
I'd sit in there, and we did a goddamn swap shop. No delay.
Oh, my God.
Would just throw the phone calls on the air.
Yep.
And it was great. And you know what? When I didn't get phone calls, I played fucking music. Okay. I mean, it was great, having to get on and say, oh, we got a email here. Somebody's trying to sell their pea shucker. And and I remember stopping one time and going, what in the hell is a pea shucker?
I had never heard a swap shop until I moved to Texas. I'd never.
Really? I've done swap shop. The last station I worked at, I did a swap shop. And the station I worked at in Southbridge, Massachusetts, I did swap shop.
Dude, swap shops are great. If you look
they are.
on YouTube for Howard Stern and swap shop, their
What,
people
Richard
have
and-
infiltrated Richard and Sal. And they go through and they've infiltrated these swap shops, and to their credit, mostly on a religious AM station somewhere in the deep south.
It's funny shit.
And, you've got one didn't take phone calls, so they were only reading stuff that was sent into their website. And this one goes, "Oh my, look at this. Somebody's trying to sell some jungle bunnies. And isn't that something? I bet they are just adorable. And here's a recipe too for blumpkin pie." And now I guess that's blueberry and pumpkin together. I don't.
True.
There's that one. And then there's one. Yeah. My granddad was in Auschwitz and he pulled a bunch of gold teeth out of the Jew prisoners. And the show host is just sitting there going, uh-huh.
I need to share with you.
There was one when they couldn't sell. I think they couldn't sell chickens.
Oh, yeah, they couldn't sell chickens on one of them, and the guys kept calling trying to sell chickens.
They're like, "Hey, that guy just called in with that there chicken. I'm looking for a chicken." Oh, goodbye.
Nope, sorry, no chickens.
I've got 4 chickens for sale. No,
there so much this. Yeah, who's going to be in the parade this weekend? No parade calls. Not taking any parade calls. All right, who's starring in the parade this weekend? Nope, not taking any damn parade calls. I mean,
all right, that's it. We don't have any more time left.
No.
There was one in Florida at Rodriguez's old station. It was after he got fired and the new guy was there for like 2 weeks. He lasted 3 weeks because of this Howard Stern thing. Guy calls in and says, "Yeah, I'm trying to sell this vacuum cleaner." And the host is going, "Oh no, I know where this is going. Yeah, it's a Cleveland steamer, and trying to get rid." And so they cut him off. Okay, fine. Guy gets back on the phone. The telos never cut him off. So he picked him back up and says, "Yeah, I want to talk to your co-host about pussy farts." I mean, fucking A, man.
Yeah.
That is classic shit. There's got to be 15 hours of that.
Oh, and
on YouTube.
They hammer internet radio.
Oh, yeah.
Because there they can say that's where you'll hear a lot of the foul language on the internet.
Oh, God. Mm-hmm. And the psychic woman. Remember, they kept calling that psychic woman and asking for their fortunes to be read and stuff, and started talking about, oh God, I forgot what it was. But the woman kept cutting them off, and then they called the internet religious broadcasters and started talking about, well, I'm thinking about being gay, and the host just go, "God damn you, God will damn you." I mean, just fucking.
When they call the religious internet broadcasters, it fucking just I die. It's
Dude, you roll on your ass laughing. It's great. Jess said she had a secret to tell us. What was that?
Oh, no, not a secret. I wanted to show it's not really a swap shop thing, but it is something that has been advertised to me in my news feed.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sending it to I'm sending it to the Facebook group.
Okay.
This is going to involve anal, isn't it?
It could, yeah.
Let's see.
I just want to point out that whatever this device is, the words below it say women's self-love rituals, facial something.
Do you put that in your mouth and it gets both cheeks?
I don't know what you're supposed to do with it.
I don't know. Do you have two clits, Jess?
It does look like some sort of self-love device, but it doesn't look like something that you would use on your face. And I was afraid really to click on it because I didn't want any more of those things in my news feed.
Of course, you don't want the clitoral oil.
I don't want the clitoris oil. No.
Well, it's what looks good there, Jess, though. You could leave it out in the rain. It looks like it's made of stainless steel, so it wouldn't rust.
It won't rust. Yeah.
That's a bonus.
Nobody likes rusty self-love.
Says you, old lady.
And you're down there with the high humidity. You don't have to worry about that.
That's right.
I mean, you might want it to rust. You might get those like rust bumps, the pleasure bumps on the rust toy.
Oh my God.
You could get that.
Yeah, Jess is giving him the old rusty mule tonight. What the fuck is that? Well, I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, golly.
Last person to get the rusty mule was a man named Don Brake. Go ask him how it is.
Who is that? Do I know who that is?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Good call. Good call.
All right. Okay.
He's the dead guy.
I have to start. So my sister is not my sister who can't walk. My other sister who is.
It's amazing. Hey, you have to shell them out like that. You can't just give us fucking names. It's like the sister that's not a Crip.
Yeah, right. The sister who's not a Crip is coming out with her man and her husband, and spending 3 days. And I'm not sure my wife is ready for it.
Does she not like your sister?
No, she likes her. But my sister, this particular sister is, if you've had an illness, Jess, if you said, man, I had chlamydia once, she would say, oh, I had chlamydia in my ass too. It was unbelievable.
There was a Mad TV character like that would try to one up everything everybody said. Oh yeah, because I invented chlamydia. So
yeah, she's had fucking everything and twice as hard, and she takes 4 times as much medication as everybody else.
Wowzer!
And it's just fuck. And she's also now driving a Jeep. I didn't know this phenomena with the Jeep owners.
It's a cult.
She has she's into, I think, in her Jeep, Smurfs. So it's a blue Smurf colored Jeep, and she has Smurf shit and all kinds of Smurf little fucking action toys on the dash.
I thought Jeep drivers just did ducks.
Well, there's ducks too, and I've seen the duck one and I've seen the Smurf ones. They have a special Jeep wave when they see each other. Oh, is there really a special Jeep wave? I have got to look that up. I want to see what that looks like. It's like the motorcycle wave, which is down low. You know, that one where the guy's riding motorcycle and the guy will put his hand down, like almost touch the ground, and give a little motorcycle wave to the other. A camaraderie. Yeah. Like fucking keep your hands on there, because then you see him going whoop, 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 whoop off to the side. I have got to see. I'm going to have to look up what the Jeep wave is. Because I didn't know. But you know what I'm going to do too? I'm going to look it up, and when I see her, I'm going to start waving to her only as like a Jeep wave.
Well, it's an upside down pineapple. Just put that on the side of your car. I think that's a different club, Chris. Oh well, you know, it's a club that Wally might want to explore.
Now, what is the upside down pineapple club? What is that, Jess?
That's swingers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you guys know this? I don't.
Because we're on the internet?
Yes, because we've gotten on TikTok occasionally, Wally.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't go on the TikTok.
You don't go
I don't go on the TikTok. I don't go on none of that shit. Didn't Julie Chen used to host the TikTok?
What?
What the fuck are you talking? No, that's the talk.
Oh, the talk. Right. Come on, I'm teeing them up over here. I'm teeing them up. I'm giving you fucking fair.
You might be teeing them up, Wally, but it ain't a fucking Titleist you're teeing up. Okay?
It's something from Wish.
Do people put that on they put an upside down pineapple on their car? How do you let somebody know?
Some of them wear it in their shorts.
Really?
Yeah. Should we get hold on one second. Upside down.
People advertise everything, every fucking weird predilection they have.
Well, I mean, it's easier, I would imagine, to have an upside down pineapple somewhere on your person than to walk up to somebody and go, so.
Do you swing?
Do you swing? Yeah. It's much less awkward.
Do you like pineapple?
This is from AI, okay? Because Google will never give you a straight answer anymore.
Right.
This is from AI. On cruise ships, resorts, and other places, an upside-down pineapple can be a subtle way for couples or individuals to indicate they are interested in swinging or partner swapping. For example, couples may put an upside-down pineapple outside their door at a resort to signal to others that they are open to knocking. And if it says knocking, I'm guessing that's probably from a British website.
Knocking on the door, you mean?
Or knocking boots, one of the two.
Well, yeah, but if they're putting it outside their door, they're saying, hey, knock on the door. We got you, strangers who want to have sex.
In Western cultures, pineapples have long represented hospitality, warmth, and welcome, especially when they were rare and treasured.
So This is the vision I have right now. I have the vision of, here's a couple of swingers in their 30s, let's say.
Let's say.
Let's say they're in their 30s or maybe very early 40s. And they've got children, let's say 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, who absolutely know what the upside-down pineapple is.
Uh-huh.
And they say, Mom, Dad, you're swingers?
Well, it's better to know that your mother's a
answer
whore.
That.
Mm-hmm.
Better to know your mother's a whore early.
Yeah, that's true. I knew when
God damn.
nothing.
There is no,
I got you, Jesse.
I don't. What happened to this shit just being private?
There's nothing private anymore.
No.
Well,
I don't know whether you're aware of that or not, but there's absolutely nothing private.
Well, people
anymore.
don't want it to be private, right?
No.
They take pride in their fucking weirdness. And if you say, hey, you're weird, I'm not fucking weird. You're fucking whatever you are.
Everybody's weird. There's just varying levels of weird.
There is degrees of weirdness.
There's layers of weird.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know that swingering. I don't know even what to call it. If being a swingering, what do you call it? Swingering?
Swinging?
Yeah. Whatever this swinging is, I don't know if that's weird, I think. Or am I weird for thinking it's weird?
I think it's just not for you. I don't know if it's weird or not, but it's not for everyone.
Oh, cannibalism isn't for me either. I think that's weird.
Mm. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're not alone. You're not alone.
Well, if I was a swinger, I definitely wouldn't be alone.
That is absolutely factual.
That is true.
I would like to know. I guess I would like to talk to a swinger. Jess, can you try to get us a swinger as a guest with us?
When did I become the guest swinger booker?
I would like to know why people swing. What is it about swinging?
I wouldn't even know,
swing?
without dangling a pineapple around somewhere, I wouldn't even know how to find a swinger.
You know what, Jess? You get enough fucking wackadoodles following you around grocery stores. I think that it would take you about 60 seconds to find somebody who is a swinger. If you walked in with a shirt with an upside down pineapple on the back of it, you'd probably be trailed by 4 or 5 different guys.
I'm thinking probably. And to top that, Jess, if you would walk around, with the upside down pineapple on your shirt and your cock hanging out, I think everybody
that would do
know.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody would know.
Yeah. That's true.
They'd understand the swinging theme real quick.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Because that thing would be swinging and holding the shopping cart, I think. Not positive.
Jess, are you still not going to the grocery store?
I go from time to time. And sometimes
time to
sometimes I still get my groceries delivered. Oh, a couple weeks ago, I don't remember exactly when it was. I got my groceries delivered, and it was a woman and her daughter, and the daughter had come up and left some stuff on the porch, and then they were walking back to their car. And as I stepped out on the porch to get the stuff she left, the next door neighbor's little dog, her little service dog, is barking. And I hear her, the lady with no arms, yelling to my Instacart shoppers, "A pit bull ripped off my arms."
Shut up.
Seriously.
Shut up. Is she a married woman?
No,
she have
she
a
might
partner, or
be widowed. She's got kids, so she might be widowed.
She's hollering out. So she's just out in her house coat.
She was sitting on the front porch with her dog, and her dog was barking because there were people. And I hear her yelling, "A pit bull ripped my arms off." And I hear the Instacart lady go, "Oh." And I'm like, let me just get my stuff and go inside.
My God, you have, without a doubt, the weirdest fucking neighbors.
Yeah.
In each of the 2 places that you have talked about that you have lived in.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking your neighbors. How do you get these wackadoodle neighbors? Maybe just everybody's weird.
I think everybody is weird, first of all. And secondly, unlike you, my neighbors are close by. So It's more likely I'm going to have weirdos that I interact with on some level because they're so close by. Your neighbors are farther away. If your neighbor was yelling something stupid to an Instacart shopper, you wouldn't know.
No, I would not hear that. However, when my neighbor's out there shooting his AK, I can hear that very well.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, and it doesn't bother me because it's the sound of the country, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If you live in the city, that's not a sound you want to hear. But when you're living out in the country, people have semi-automatic weapons and they fire them at stuff. The other day, this past weekend, I think they probably shot about 150 rounds, and it went on for
just target practice in the back.
Yeah, just target practice. About 25 minutes of just boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
Just so many. It might have been even more rounds. It could have been, 300 rounds. It was a lot of rounds of just fire. And it's not alarming at all.
No. When I learned to shoot, it was out in the country. My friends had a cabin out in the woods, and we would go out there. And I mean, we all lived in a suburban neighborhood, but we would go out into the woods and out to the cabin and set up pumpkins and fucking beer cans.
Did you learn how to shoot while you were still married to that asshole?
No, I learned how to shoot long before I knew him.
So you knew how to shoot and you still let him walk away?
She learned how to shoot when she was first growing testicle hair, Wally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Can you still get somebody pregnant, Jess?
Sometimes the jokes write themselves.
I got one joke in this week. Fantastic.
Congratulations. Everybody gets one.
I got a laugh this week. That's
That
fantastic.
Look at Wally go.
So in your shooting capacity, did you ever carry a firearm with you or a handgun?
Not till I lived here. Here I do.
And so now you carry a handgun when you go every time you go out?
Yeah. Unless I'm going, like, if I'm going to a bar, I don't carry. And I mean, it's not legal to anyway.
Is that a gun or you're just glad to see me?
Right.
Oh, it's a gun.
Like when I stayed downtown over the, for race weekend, I would stay in a hotel and we'd be going into bars and stuff. I'm not going to leave it in the hotel and I'm not going to carry it with me into bars. So I left it at home. But otherwise, I have a purse that allows me to conceal it. So I always have it.
Oh. Chris, how about you?
No. The last time I picked up a gun.
His purse is too small.
Well, it is. Listen, and I can't conceal it in my cunt like you.
Right.
So, the last time I shot a gun, I remember it clearly. It was back in North Carolina. My best friend, I don't know, he just liked guns. And he said, hey, you want to go to the shooting range? I'm like, sure, why the fuck not? So we go over, and he hands me a Sig Sauer. Okay, cute little black gun. And I wasn't ready for the recoil first, just to be pushed back any. But nonetheless, nobody told me that the action comes straight back. So that area between my thumb and my first finger, sliced it right the fuck open.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the last time I picked up a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't have any handguns. We have a couple of shotguns and like a 12 and a 22 for I don't even know if I ever shot, and then we have a 410 just for taking care of like weasels when they used to go over to the chickens or making or a noisemaker to chase away coyotes when they come into the yard. But I think I've said this before. I have a trigger lock on the gun. I would be dead and buried before I could get that trigger lock off the gun. To use it as
since I don't have any kids in my house, there's no reason for me to lock my shit up. So my shit stays loaded. I've got I've got a 22 in the nightstand and then the 9mm in my purse. God
damn, Jess is fucking strapped.
Yep.
Girl is strapped.
Yep.
And now, have you ever felt the need to maybe you might have to use it?
Not directly.
I'm believing inside of a Kroger once.
Yeah. Not directly, but I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago, there was a shooting at the Waffle House down here.
Yeah.
The guy who shot up, killed a whole bunch of people at Waffle House and then ran into the woods naked. And it was 3 miles from my house.
He
And
wasn't concealing a gun.
He was not concealing anything.
It was
No.
not concealing one.
But it was 3 miles from my house, and he ran into the woods. And those woods, it was 3 miles by road. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit shorter if you just cut through the woods. And I thought, well, shit, I could get 3 miles in 20 minutes. So, it's possible he comes up this way if he's coming through the woods. And so I had my gun out for that until they caught him. And as a matter of fact, I had to drive somewhere, and I had my gun with me I had it out in the passenger seat when I was driving, just because, I don't know, I had it in my head if I was stopped at a stoplight or something, he could jump in the car.
Right.
Whatever. And then the only other time I had it out potentially to use it, there was a guy running loose in the neighborhood who he led police to my neighborhood in a high-speed chase, crashed the car. You find out later he had 3 babies in the back seat of the car. As he's firing at cops, they're firing back at him because they don't know there's babies in the car. He takes off on foot. I'm watching a cop across the street. This was at my old house. There was a little side street directly across. And I see a cop get out of his car, open up the trunk, pull out his bulletproof vest, strap that on, get out a long gun. I'm watching all of this going, the fuck is happening right now? And I didn't know anything about the high-speed chase or any of that. I called non-emergency and said, here's what's happening across the street from me. Do I need to be concerned about anything? And the cop on the phone said, because it's an active investigation, we can't give you any details, but you need to do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel safe. And I was like, cool, got the gun out. Have a great day.
Take care. Best wishes.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
What the fuck kind of police department is that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they know there's a fucking wackadoodle running around your neighborhood, but we can't tell you about it because we're investigating.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. I'll
Hey,
just
thanks for your help.
I'll
cunt.
just stay here and hope I don't die. Got it.
That's
Well,
fucked.
and on that happy note, it's time for me to go sit on the veranda and have some iced tea with Sophia and Ma.
Enjoy. All right, you guys.
All right, guys.
See you
Have
all
a good
next
hol-
week.
have
Hey,
a-
when? What time? 4:00 Wednesday. See you then.
I can do
too.
Tuesday.
Shut the fuck up.
What a bitch. Jesus
You
Christ.
cunt. You're both
Bitch.
cunts.
Goodbye.
Bye.